What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Live to Roll live stream. I know nobody's here yet, but I'm just gonna give it a few and we'll start going here. What's up, guys? A couple people starting to show up now, so I'll just kind of get into it. Sorry, I've kind of had a busy day, been running around and stuff. I hope everybody went out and voted. Well, I guess everybody in the U.S. went out and voted. I know there's several international people out there. So today I'm going to talk about, I'll give you guys a little update on the Botox stuff, and then also talk about quad belly, because I get hit up a lot for quad belly questions and why I don't have too much of a stomach, you know, why I've managed to keep that away for 15 years now, or almost 15 years. I guess I'll just get right into it. So for the quad gut, one of the main things that for me is like just diet. I don't eat a lot of big meals. I probably eat like 5 times a day as far as like snacks and stuff go. Or I'll eat like a few meals and I also snack in between. So I'm eating every few hours, but I'd never eat like huge meals. They're always like fairly moderate sized portions. Nothing too big. Oh. And that's just kind of been my whole life anyways. I've always been kind of skinny. But I know skinny people that get the gut anyways. So another thing that I also do, hey, from Philippines and Malaysia, awesome. Good to see you guys. I guess you guys weren't voting today, but yeah, all the US people, hopefully you guys got out there and did that. Anyways, we'll go back to the quad, the belly and stuff. So one of the other things I did early on, and what I know a few other people have done, is using the, now you can get them everywhere. There was only a couple out back, almost 15 years ago. But those ab exercisers, the belts that do digital stimulation or electric stimulation on your muscles and kind of get them to fire. I had one of those for a few years when I first got hurt and used to use that just sitting on my couch watching TV. I just throw the belt on. What's up, Mason? And just kind of like let it do its thing. And then I realized later on that I kind of didn't need that because my body naturally has a lot of, hey Ben, what's going on? My body has a lot of natural tone, is what I've been told it's called from a couple different therapists, which basically my muscles constantly kind of want to spasm a little bit and just keep it a little bit tighter. And that's going on a lot in my stomach. And up until just recently, I didn't realize how much that actually helped me and benefited me. Mikey Mike, what's up? How's it going, man? So the stomach, my trunk spasticity has actually been one of the things that has kept my gut, I think, from protruding also, because it's constantly like a little bit tight, and I get a lot of stomach spasms. Like I'll get in bed, I get spasms that fold me up, and push me back out. Like my body wants to compact, knees to chest, and then violently kick back out. And that's also happening in my core muscles, not just my legs. Quad belly is drastically down after suprapubic. Well, that's cool. So yeah, I guess maybe the suprapubic helps too, and I just have not realized that that's something that benefits me. But so one of the things that I'm noticing now, and this is where I'll kind of get into why I wanted to talk about the Botox stuff. So since I've gotten the Botox injections, it's been 4 weeks now actually to the day. The first couple of days I was okay, and I started noticing a little bit of like weakness and like instability, like my balance seemed off. And then over the next couple of days, like maybe 3 days after the procedure was done, after I'd gotten the Botox stuff, it got to the point where I couldn't transfer. And I haven't been able to transfer since. It's been almost 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks. of not being able to transfer myself. And it's due to a couple things. I'm having extreme muscle fatigue, which supposedly the urologist says the Botox cannot travel through your entire system like that. But doing a lot of research on my own, Botox injections, even into large muscle groups, spread into that area, into your local area. And they put 300 units of Botox into my bladder that's no bigger than a racquetball and connected to all kinds of stuff down there. So I don't know. After talking to a few people and stuff, it does seem pretty feasible that it did actually make it into my bloodstream. And then when I went to transfer and work out, like, or not work out, but transfer and stuff, because the first day, I transferred myself out of the hospital bed or out of the gurney, and then back at home and all that stuff. So sorry, oh, apple cider as a fat burner. Sorry, I don't know about that. But do any quads do apple cider for a fat burner? I have not, but yeah, if any other quads have maybe tried that. Sorry, I missed. What did Mason say? Sorry. Oh yeah, after the super pubic. Okay, yeah, did see that. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, that's the apple cider I don't know about. But I have heard of apple cider helping a lot of different stuff. So if any of you guys know about that as a fat burner, yeah, go ahead and post in chat or whatever. Let other people know if you can. So yeah, that's basically where I'm at right now with, and that's what I've also noticed. So not only is my muscles weakened, it's actually taken away my core spasticity. I don't really have my stomach spasms anymore, my trunk spasms. So I'm just really unstable. I can't lean forward very far before kind of losing my balance and falling forward. It's kind of taken me back to the early, first year or so of my injury when I couldn't do much. I'm feel like I'm back at square one right now. So I'm working out using arm weights again and stuff, trying to just build some strength back up and get back to where I'm at. I'm getting a little bit stronger. It's getting better, but yeah, still, nothing significant. But it's all good. So, anyways, that's what I was gonna say too. As far as that's what's making me notice. I've been noticing my belly. It feels like it's like it's protruding more without having that tone and stuff. Like it looks rounder now. So like I don't know. But so that's definitely one of the things. And I don't know how I can have people get more spasticity. You still have them bad in your stomach. Like yeah, if you get chunk spasms in your stomach, I think that really helps. So and for me, it clearly helped more than I realized with doing my transfers and with balance and everything I have, because it just it staying sort of toned, and I could feel if a bigger spasm was building enough to where like if I'm gonna get thrown somewhere, occasionally they'll catch me off guard, but usually I can feel it kind of building up and ready to go. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with this last month. And another reason, just quick life update for you guys. I'm gonna keep this video shorter too, partially for this reason, is I'm in the process of moving right now. So I'm moving out of my house by the end of the month. I'm actually gonna be having to move in with my grandmother for a few months, just mainly to save money. Living on my own has just gotten really expensive, and then right now not transferring on my own has been even harder since I can't get out of the bed on my own right now or into the bed at night. It's been a real it's been a pain in the ass. No other way to put it. So it's been so since I'm dealing with all that, but more also financially, I just it's really hard living in a house by myself in the San Fernando Valley. It's not very cheap. So so that's why I'm working on some videos and trying to do stuff, but my room doesn't look like it's packed right now. I'm doing the living room and stuff first, and the rest of my house. So if I don't post videos, sorry about that, guys. I am going to continue the live streams. I'll do one in 2 weeks for the third Tuesday as well. Even though, I do. I mean, obviously, I've supported myself for the last since my injury. Basically, I've been living here for almost 8 years by myself, or with a brother at first, and then he had to move out, and then with my girlfriend for a few years, but then she moved out. But basically, I've supported myself and this house uh, for the last decade, or close to. And yeah, it's just getting hard now. And I'm sure all the added stress is not helping with my like muscle fatigue and all that. And if any of you guys have any input on the Botox stuff, if any of you guys have gotten any, like I would love to hear anything you guys have to say about that. If any of you guys have had more experience and stuff. Sarah, hi, how you doing? Hey. So yeah, anything you guys have that would be yeah, my grandma will love it. Yeah. Oh. That was my mom, actually. Thanks for stopping by, Mom. So yeah, my grandma will be excited to have some company, and it'll be interesting after living by myself for a while. And then I actually have a oh, Aunt Donna. Hey, Aunt Donna. That's not my mom. Sorry, I should have known that you guys have the same name, but she has the Marie. So my hey, Aunt Donna. I'm glad. Thanks for stopping by. Dude does that ab belt really? Yeah, the ab belts do really work for sure. Especially if you start early enough. Like once you have a massive quad gut, it might be kind of hard to start with the belt and think it's gonna go all the way back, because a lot of it is not that you're getting fatter. A lot of it is, like from what I've been told, is actually your like your organs are actually kind of sinking into your belly area, your gut. So by having extra like that's because your stomach's not working. You don't have abs to keep it tight and keep everything tight like that. So it starts to sag out. That's what I was told early on. Mason, my friend said it lowers his blood pressure. Yeah, okay, so that's another thing, Mason. Sorry, it took me a second to read that. But it also does, so it really, you know how much us quads can really be affected by our blood pressure, constantly having low blood pressure for most of us quads. It's pretty hard to deal with on a normal basis. And so I've had lower blood pressure also, which is like good because it's because I'm having less bladder spasms, I guess. But like I said, it's so hard when I don't have trunk. Like I'm just so unbalanced. I'm a shell of what I was like a month ago, right before the procedure. So don't just get the ab belt with metal bands in them. Oh yeah, don't get it with metal bands. Yeah, you're probably not. Doesn't sound like a great idea. Yeah, you just want one of the electronic stimulators. I know they make a bunch of different ones now. I forget what the one I had was called, but it was like way old and like one of the original couple ones that were made. I only used it for like a year or two. It kind of just stopped working on me, and I just aced it, and I haven't really had a problem. Mason, a binder for support would actually be a good idea. I should probably try that. I'm just a stubborn ass sometimes and don't do stuff that I just keep fighting through it, like telling myself it's gonna get better every time and every day, and every time I go to transfer, and they are getting a little bit better. I got halfway across yesterday and kind of like got stuck, which is better than it has been for me. And it's rough, man, after having worked so hard for my independence early on and worked out, really pushed myself, and then to have it basically stripped away almost overnight or within a couple days. Like within like 3 days, it just progressively got worse and then gone. And yeah, the trunk support is just so much of it too. Ben headed to Denver, Colorado in 2 weeks. Can't wait to smoke legally. It's amazing. Yeah, smoking really helps your spasms and dysreflexia, and it will lower your blood pressure too. So that's one of the things also, like I can't even, like I gotta be super careful. I already have like the lower blood pressure, And so if I do want to smoke, like it's hard for me to smoke when I'm in my chair because I'm constantly like leaning back, like leaning forward, just trying to get blood flow, trying to make sure I don't pass out. So that's the one thing that sucks, and that's also been totally affected this month for me. Like just having that lower blood pressure, less spasticity, it's actually been a lot harder for me. So I will not be getting Botox again. um, Dude, what's that? Fludrocortisone? For Oh, is that one of the ones that boost your BP? Yeah, I should look into that too. I honestly don't do enough stuff like that for myself to. I'm not. I'm sometimes not proactive enough with my health. I am with trying to eat healthy and staying active and all that. But then when something happens, like yeah, my blood pressure and things like that, like I need to, yeah, look more into solutions like yeah, stuff like that. I've just been really trying to fight through it and hope that I can get it to pass at some point here. So, yeah, it has been not good, but I will look into that actually. So, and yeah, as far as the Botox goes, like I said, I won't be doing it again because just for me personally, the cons don't outweigh the pros for me. It does have pros, like it is like I got my catheter changed today, and normally, before when I would get my catheter changed, I would probably be peeing on myself a little bit for the day, especially when I transfer and do stuff. But yeah, in 4 months of Botox, that's exactly what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for this Botox to wear off as fast as I can. I was looking stuff up to try to see if there's anything I can do to make it go faster. There was a couple contradicting people talking about whether exercise helps or not. A lot of people said it does. Others said no, it didn't do crap for you. So I have been exercising though. Like I said, I've been using my arm weights every day now, trying just to like strengthen out like because yeah, I don't know. And my push is just so weak too. When I went to my rugby practice, I was literally the slowest. I mean, I am a .5 and usually, the low pointers were always slowest, but like I'm normally one of the quicker low pointers. I was I finished at the end of every single thing. Like I was significantly weaker and slower. Like it was crazy. So I'm actually going to a tournament this weekend. I'm gonna play. I don't plan to play much. I need to go to get my games in to be postseason eligible. But yeah, it's gonna be rough. I'm hoping I push through this and get some strength back. Yeah, I still do work out. It does help the BB. Yeah, I mean I haven't been working out a lot. It's crazy. I get so fatigued so fast too right now. And I tried, I went and got a blood test done, and they want me to actually go to a neurologist just to make sure it's nothing else. But it's just, it happened last time I did it, and it just wasn't as noticeable because I had all the other bleeding and things happening. So, like, there's a ton of complications, and I wasn't sure exactly what was doing what. But this time, with the increased dosage of the Botox and no other complications, it's clear what the problem is. And I'm just so weak right now. So, my arm is retracted. Oh, so your arm is up like this? See, okay, so that's one thing, yeah, like every night, like, because if you're a quad, like, yeah, quad father, you're quad. Our biceps are so strong, they always, like, I just inevitably end up with my arms up, at my chest, like on most nights. It's hard to keep them down. And then with no triceps, yeah, it's hard to get them back out to extend them. And especially when you're in the bed, it's almost like a vertical. You're trying to push your arm out. It's pretty hard. The only thing I would suggest is, yeah, what I do is I just try to use both hands together and push and try to get out. But yeah, if your arm's already stuck like that, I don't know. I would just say try to slowly stretch it out as much as you can. Like every day, just try to go a little farther and hold it and hold it and hold it and try your hardest to extend it as much as you can. Sometimes when I notice my arm is getting too much, I'll actually kind of pin it under my leg, like under my hip a little bit when I'm sleeping, so it stays straight and kind of like force it to stay straight. Sometimes I wake up and my elbow right here is really sore when I do that because it's been stretching that out a lot, I think. But I know it kind of keeps me from being able to have most of my straight arm extension. Um, and I know that that's definitely a quad thing because your arms are just constantly going to get pulled up, and if you don't make a active, conscious decision to try to stretch it out and keep it going, yeah, you're gonna get atrophy like that. So I don't really know. Have you tried testosterone levels check? No, I have not. Maybe I should try to check that too. Yeah, I don't know. They did a blood test, like a full blood diagnostic, to see if I, iron deficient or anything like that might have been uh, going, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should check that. I am getting older. I'm gonna be 36 in a couple weeks here, so I'm I'm on the crappy side of 30 now. And the dogs. All right, let's see what I missed. I have a bud that put 2-pound weights on his arms in bed to help stretch his arms out. Yeah, that like to keep your arms down. If you, that would probably work. But if you did happen to pull them up, like for me, I don't know if I'm getting it back down, especially under the covers. Sometimes it's hard. Use both hands to push, but if you have weights on them. But yeah, that's a good idea for the quad father. If you want to try to stretch your arm out like that, maybe do a weight at night and see if it'll just slowly stretch it. You might end up with that soreness though, because when you're stretching it out, it's gonna end up being a little sore, This week I was running on low testosterone, affects sleep, mood, energy. Yeah, that might be it, man. I might have to look into that. I've been trying to figure it out just because my urologist really wants me to try all this other stuff because she's convinced it can't be the Botox. But I've talked to several other people that have had similar situations, and I actually, one of my theories for what I think, if people get Botox really early on in their injury, then they wouldn't really know how much it's weakening them. You're just used to it. That's your normal strength levels. That's your life, like that's just the way. Since I waited, almost over 14 years to get my first Botox, like it was noticeable. So I think if you started that in your first couple of years of your injury, maybe you could just kind of work through it and your body would be more used to it, and maybe it would inhibit your strength though and not let you get to your full potential you really could be, at strength wise. So I don't know. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. Okay. So, but yeah, sleeping, mood, energy, and stuff. I mean, I'll have the doc check. I gotta go in to get to the neurologist next week, so maybe I'll see if I can swing by the doctor's office and do whatever sort of testosterone check as well. Since the blood nothing seems to have come up with my blood test. You play quad rugby too? Yes, I do. Oh, you're a 1 low pointer. Nice. Yeah, I'm a 0.5. Would love to talk some more about this. Yeah. I play for the Northridge Knights here in Southern California. Yeah, that'd be cool. Let's check meet in a tournament. So anybody playing this year, I think we're doing San Diego this weekend, Best of the West, which is a nice close tournament for me. It's only a few hours away. And then we're doing in 2 weeks. Oh, Bobby Rohan's. Dude, Bobby Rohan is like my mentor. He's the guy that, when I was doing my rehab, he was at the hospital visiting with me. My very first outing was to his, while I was still in rehab, they checked me out for the day to go to his wedding after party. I didn't go to the wedding because that was just going to be too long of a day, but I went after and went to the reception and stuff. Yeah, Bobby's one of my good friends and mentors, so, and one of the people that talked me into the super pubic in the first place. That's cool. You take testosterone pill, and Mikey, you're a 1.5. Nice. Yeah, that's rugby's awesome, man. The community of rugby. That's where I learned most of my stuff. Before I started playing rugby, I was like learning to transfer and like kind of wasn't sure what I could do. Wasn't really wasn't there. And then once I went out, met the rugby guys, started traveling with them, it was just like a whole new thing. Like Bobby was my first mentor and but he's super nice and caring guy and wouldn't be too harsh on you. My other mentor, like Bobby's like my older brother. My next older brother is this guy named Mike who helped me get into rugby, and that dude was a little bit more like, just like, yo, stop doing that. Like, like you can do that. Like, you don't need help with that. Like, no, don't ask for help for that. Like, it's like, all right, fine, I guess I can do that. And just hard enough work and trying, you eventually do get there. Yeah, Lynn, rugby has done, like, it really is incredible. Everything about it, just the strength you get, everything. Mike, I had a guy show me the ropes 40 years ago. 40 years ago, the game was a lot different. Or are you talking about just show you the ropes of being in a chair? Because that helps. Having a mentor in the beginning really, really helps. If you have nobody to look up to or nobody to, like, show you what you can do for yourself, it's hard, But I mean, now you have the internet and stuff like that, and all, which is good. But Presley, what's up, man? Sorry, let me just roll back here. Dana, do I play any sports? No, not really. Not regularly. No. The other sporting activities I like is water skiing, which I like to do at least once a year, a couple times if I can. And then like a couple weeks ago, we did over the line, which is just like kind of a baseball thing, which I have a video I've just been procrastinating editing, and I will post it soon. But yeah, rugby is really the only like sport a quad can be like really competitive at, or like really do something in. Rugby family. Presley, what's up? How's it going? Hey, what's up, dude? How's it going? What's up, Hey, Dustin, what's going on, man? It's fun. Yeah, no rugby then. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Rugby, cause, yeah. So it helps so much to have somebody to show you the ropes in the chair. Lynn, you're a peer mentor as well. That's awesome. Yeah, see, that's anybody who can do that. I definitely try to. That's one of the reasons why I started this whole thing, for people that might not have people around them, to talk to and stuff like that, or to see what's possible. So that's, main reason why I started this in the beginning. Also because my transfer, when I was doing my transfer, people would look at me like, what the So I figured not as many people knew what it was, so it might be good to check it out. Jessica, I'm glad you caught it live too. How's it going? Saul, what's up, man? Do you win any trophies? Wait, what? Do you win any trophies and whatnot? Yeah, you definitely win trophies with rugby. I mean, we get, if we first, second, third gets a trophy for the team and stuff. And then I have 4 total tournament MVPs for myself, for being like 0.5 MVPs. But those were all back a few years ago when I was starting and playing a lot. But but yeah, so you definitely you get trophies and stuff. I have a couple of plaques and trophies and stuff for my little MVP things. And every tournament they vote on those. Usually for every class, 0.51, 1.5, all the way to 3.5. So I just don't play as much anymore. I'm old, and we got a lot of good 0.5s on our team, including Mike, my friend, my mentor, kind of, and good friend. So, sorry, yeah, I do a funky transfer. Yeah, it's a pretty unique, different transfer, and it's something that's really helped me. Been able to be way more independent, I think, than I would have been able to just a normal transfer, and also helping me to avoid sores. I don't drag my butt as much or scrape. It sucks right now. I can't do it, but but I'll get it back. It's coming back. It's just like, it's crazy. When I go to push, my body just collapses like it's on itself. It's pretty weird, but I'll get it back. I'm working on it. Maybe I'll even shoot some of my practice transfers so you guys can see, because it really is kind of like what it was like learning in the beginning. I'm truly back there. So, uh, hey Tigardo, do you have a video about your transfer? Yeah, I have a bunch of videos about my transfer. That was the original one I put up, and then I've done it. I have, like hotel transfer, plane transfer, all kinds of, different couch surface transfers or levels. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna just keep exactly. I'm not giving up or anything. I've worked way too hard to give up. So, feeling feet? No, I have no sensation. Pretty much about my nipple line down. Any other questions, you guys? I mean, I'll hang out and talk. There's more people in now, I guess, but I don't want to go too long, and I'm gonna start eating dinner here soon. The time change is makes it feel so much later now. My break level, I'm a C5, C6, so I shattered my C5, and I have from 4 to 7 fused or whatever with plates. So there was damage from 4 to 7, but mostly 5 and 6. And 5 I completely shattered, like I vaporized the vertebrae. It just looks like a cloud in the x-ray. Bro, just got Medicare a few days ago. And family gonna get a new chair pretty soon. Hey, that's awesome. Good. Yeah, congrats, Dustin. I hope you can get that van going some point soon too, man. Really do, man. That would be really good for you. C67, Iceland. That's cool. Oh, that's cool. You got tricep on your left side. I would love some tricep. I thought about and you know what I'm gonna try to do? I have a couple friends that have gotten surgeries, and we've been talking about it more lately at rugby and stuff. Because I met a dude, my friend Patrick, and he has tricep, so they did the surgery where they gave him like grip in his hand by using that tricep. But for quads like me or other ones that don't have the tricep, you can even get surgeries where they connect your shoulder tendon to like basically give you an artificial tricep, so you can like extend up. Like if I had a tricep, I could go that way. But yeah, so there's a bunch of different surgeries to like give you, fake triceps. Tetra, yeah, tetra or quads, because we have impairment in all 4 limbs. That's just what that means. Yeah. T8 complete, A should be para. Feeling you're right. Like, that's cool. Yeah, that's good to have a little sensation and stuff. For sure. Check out your local though. Yeah, so there you go, Dustin. I don't know if you read that from Ben, but he's giving you a little tip to check out adult rehabilitation services. Yeah, dude, if you get enough surgeries, you can definitely. But there are long recovery times. Like my friend Patrick, his one to get his finger grip, whatever. I think he said it was 2 months were like complete immobility, no like moving of his arm at all, basically. And then another couple months, I think, of rehab after that. We're still being limited. My dog's poking his head in here. Well, what chair do I have? I have my chairs made by Melrose, which is one of the rugby chair companies, Melrose Kiwi Concepts, but they make everyday chairs as well. I just know the guys well, and they're all really cool. And I got this chair made a while back, but I'm actually due up for a new chair soon. I really would like to get one. The tie lights are good chairs. Yeah, tie lights are a nice chair. I've talked to those guys a few times at expos and stuff. They're definitely quality chairs. Thanks, Tigarto. My catheter size. So I actually have a pretty massive suprapubic catheter size because of all the sediment and stuff I have a 24 French, which is pretty thick, I think, for, I think I started at like a 14 or something pretty small, and then just progressively got up because I was constantly blocking them with sediment. They kept getting blocked up, even with flushing and stuff. So, yeah, I have a 24 French, and then I only by the 10 mil balloon, and I only fill to 7 mil. So the balloon's small, but the catheter size is pretty big. So my catheter hole site is fairly large. Yeah, no, my everyday chair is a Melrose. It's a Melrose Kiwi Concept. They make everyday chairs too. So yeah, I just have they custom made me. That's why I just knew them, and I just went up and talked to them, and they hooked me up with the thing. Quadfather, you got the baclofen pump. Yeah, I actually don't take any baclofen anyways. What's up? Oh, Niner Nation. Yeah, Steelers, bro. All about them. But anyways, yeah, no, I don't really. I got off of baclofen because I did a study at UCLA where they had me standing and then like stepping on a treadmill. They like harnessed me up and like had one person on each leg like moving them, and they needed me off of all spasm medications and baclofen. So once I came off of it, I just kind of stayed off of it and just stick to stretching. Now I've implemented some CBDs, and then smoking. Just cannabis at night is my main other one. So I don't take. To go, I do live alone. I have been, but not after the end of this month. That's what I was saying earlier. I'm gonna be actually moving in with my grandmother for a few months, so I can try to save some money because living on my own it's too expensive. And I have too much house. Like I have unused bedrooms like everywhere. So it's just a waste. Wow, 24 French, yeah. See, I started with a 14 French, and it was small, and it kept getting blocked up and issues. And yeah, so I'm all the way to a 24. It's pretty fat. I could actually probably oh, never mind. But yeah, I have my bed bag on right now since I got my catheter changed a few hours ago. The Quickie GT and the tie light. Yeah, I don't know that much about the GT, but I had a Quickie. Quickie tie was my first chair that I was rocking when I got out of the hospital for like 7 or 8 years. I used, and then this chair I've had, or no, it was like 7, and I'm at 7 with this one too. So it's time for a new one. Blue Dog, yeah, what's up, dude? C3 incomplete. Having spasms. Any recommendations? Man, I get pretty bad spasms too. I would just say, yeah, if you have I don't know what you're on right now, if you're on baclofen or anything else, if you like have a pump or just taking them or anything. For me, just stretching, smoking, pretty much helps. But there are a lot of things you can take and do, but baclofen is that's the main thing that they prescribe. But I'm sure there's some other stuff out there now, other recommended things. Dustin, you got a 20 French? Yeah, see, 20 is pretty big too. So. You hear my dog? Is that what you're... It actually is about their dinner time. Smoke a joint, yeah. That's I probably will go smoke a little bit here after this dinner, but like if I would try to smoke before with all the problems I'm already having with like weakness and blood pressure and stuff, I would have been a complete mess. I would have been trying to find a way not to pass out the whole time. So alright guys, I think I'm gonna end this pretty quick here now. It's already been close to 40 minutes. I always just start talking, and marijuana does help. Sorry, I'll answer these. If you guys keep popping questions, I'll answer them. But marijuana does actually help a lot for spasticity. sometimes too much. Like if you're trying to do stuff, transfer and stuff like that. Well, for me, like it, because before, like how my stomach is and stuff right now with no spasms and less balance and falling over, that'll happen to me if I smoke too much too and try to transfer and do something, even without the thing. Do I do edibles? Yes, I do like edibles. More at night usually. If I can, I like to take an edible before I go to bed because the edible, it's a slower release, so it kind of keeps going through the night, and yeah, it just makes it like uh, sorry, this is, yeah, so it just makes it better. So I can sleep through the night, less spasms and stuff like that. Um, Jessica, thank you, appreciate that. Um, oh, Blue, you got the baclofen pump? Yeah, I know several people with the baclofen pump, and if that works for you, that's awesome, dude. Like whatever works for us. You just gotta figure out. Mikey, yeah, shoes and socks are a good deal for. Uh, yeah. Blue Dog, do I still drive? Yeah. Right now, these last few weeks, I haven't been because not being able to transfer into the freaking driving seat right now, or not on my own at least. Um, but I can still drive. But my arm's just like fatigued and kind of weak, and then yeah, I don't know, man. Uh, my last question: you have an email address? Yeah, you can email Sean@liveToroll.org if you have any other questions or anything, Quadfather. Yeah, Sean@liveToroll.org, all spelled out. Lynn, hey, this is kind of off topic, but you gotten any tattoos and had experience with AD? Yeah, so all my tattoos I've gotten were all post-injury. I didn't have any before my injury. Even on my legs and stuff, my knee and all that. So what I do for my legs, to get my legs tattooed, I actually will go in and I have to take like a Norco is what I had. What I don't really have the prescription anymore, but I could fill it. I just don't really take any narcotics, really anything anymore. But Norcos, I would take 1 or 2 Norcos before my tattoo, and that would make the spasms mellow way out too. Like that definitely take away the spasm, and it kind of helps, I think, dull the sensation a little bit for it jumping when the needle's going and stuff. I've tried once to get a tattoo without it on my legs, and it's very hard. But as far as dystro goes, no, I didn't really get much dystroflexia. I get weak afterwards because you have like a massive, wound now that you have to let heal. So I do feel weak and a little bit fatigued the day that I get a tattoo, like especially if it's a bigger tattoo. But as far as AD, I haven't had that many issues with it. No, I just take care of it. I haven't had any get infected or anything where they had complications or things like that. Final question: what's for dinner? I got some chicken Alfredo actually that my caregiver made yesterday, and I'm gonna heat up. uh, should be pretty good. No to go. Yeah, so that's Dana. Yeah, chicken parmesan. Why? Yeah, I can't transfer right now. Yeah, um, the muscle fatigue or whatever from the. I mean, I know it's from the Botox, but I'll let them run some more tests and see if they can figure something else out. But for me, yeah, it's just that's really, really inhibiting me at the moment. Um, Wait, is Botox affecting you any? Yeah, that's Blue Dog. It's the Botox is really affecting me. Fairly quite negatively. So it's been a really kind of a pain in the ass. Um, oh, no worries, Dustin. Um, yeah, no problem, Lynn. I'll be back. I'll do another live stream in 2 weeks on Tuesday again, 4:30 Pacific time. So whatever time that is for you guys. Yeah, chicken Alfredo and some good weed. That's right, Presley. uh, no, I just use regular shoes. All my shoes are Nikes. I don't know. I've worn Nikes for 15 years or more since before my injury. Just uh, right now I'm not staying low. My brother's been staying with me because uh, just because of how weak I am and because I'm needing extra help. He was supposed to go home a couple weeks ago, but he's been helping me out for prolonging his trip and pushing shit off so he can stay here and help me because I'm freaking useless right now. um, Carlos, what's the best push rims for quads? If I'm gonna recommend a push rim for quads that's on a manual chair, I would get Push Blacks. BLAX, Push Blacks. I have them on my rugby chair now, and they're amazing. They stick so well. And I even have their gloves. I bought the Push Black gloves, and even their gloves work just incredibly. It's like a different rubber material, this black rubber. Really good. They make them for everyday and rugby chairs. They're awesome. So Carlos, that's what I would recommend if you're looking for anything. That's the one that I know that stands out for me. Blue Dog, thanks for the chat. Yeah. Yeah, no worries if you forget next time. Do you have spastic paralysis? Is that why your muscles move so much? I mean, I get a lot of spasms. I'm not sure. Yeah, I do. I have a lot of muscle spasms and stuff. From the injury, just mostly in my legs and should be in my core and stuff, but not as much now. Nice. Mason had some tuna Alfredo last night. Sorry. Saul, fist bump. All right, dude, fist bump. Catch you on the next one. I'm just trying to reply. You guys all started typing bunches of stuff now. Have a good night, Ben. Thanks, man. Thank you. Push Blacks. Yeah, but BLAX is the way it's spelled. Yeah, with an X instead of the CKS. But Push Blacks are really, really good rims. They're honestly dope. I met them at the Abilities Expo, and they were cool people, and the rims were just dope. Like Vesco, they're like, so some of you guys are the rugby guys, Mikey and stuff. You know about like the red rubber that Vesco or a couple places use, or actually I don't know if that Vesco uses them. I think Vesco just has the black dipped ones. Melrose does the red rubber, but like pretty much they grab really, really well. But the red rubber works really well too, but the red rubber rips apart and shreds just really easily. It'll like shred in big pieces. They're just not as durable. It doesn't last as long. The Push Blacks are just so far from what I've seen, the best ones that I've found. So check out the earlier part of the video, and I talked about the quad belly all during the first start. But basically, yeah, I do mine with diet. And then part of it, I think, was some trunk spasms, but also using one of those belts, the AB electric stimulator belts. All right, guys. I'll be back in 2 weeks, 4:30 again. Fist bump. Live to roll, everybody.